Welcome yet again to another edition of Living in Kigali. My name is Chris Vick and I'm your host. Keep using the hashtag Living in Kigali and don't forget to use the hashtag Kigali format. Now, today we are going to be talking about free e commerce transactions, and we're also going to be looking at the different opportunities that are or lie in the wake of workers, or would I say internet workers or online workers. That is the reason why today we are gladly joined by Diodone Dusavimana. He is in charge of agents and freelancers at the Rwanda ICT Chamber. We're also joined by Mr. Nobat Haguma. He is the country representative, or would I say the country manager of Spain Rwanda. Good to have you, Diodone and Haguma.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Thanks, Chris. It's also a pleasure to be with you here today.
Right. Now, as we kick off this conversation, let's start off with you, Diodone. Would you briefly describe Kigali? Not currently, well, how you see or view Kigali in a few words.
Thanks, Chris. My view of Kigali right now is Kigali. We are being developed in such a way, like in ICT, because as you see, there are some companies that are bringing ICT services in many factors like transportation, even other many domains like transaction. I see that Kigali right now is, I can call it like it's a tech city right now.
It's a tech city.
Yeah, it's becoming a tech city.
All right. Now, Nobat Haguma, the country manager of Spain Rwanda. I would like you to also briefly describe Kigali in a few words, and how you basically view Kigali.
I think Kigali is really a representative of a modern Africa. It's a 21st century city that has both the modernity and the tradition of Africa. It has both the Francophone and Anglophone of Africa. It is a small Africa in one place. I think that's the best way to say it.
Wow. Thank you for that explanation there, Nobat Haguma. Now, over to you, Diodone Dusavimana. You're in charge of agents and freelancers at the Rwanda ICT Chamber. Now, in a few words, how would you describe workers in the layman language? Like for someone who doesn't understand workers, how would you describe it?
Yeah, the workers. It's I means internet workers. It's workers as yeah.
Online
Then the
workers.
workers, yes, the online workers. The internet workers are the new categories of workers. Was people livelihoods are enabled by digital commerce platforms, where they sell goods as well as the services. By doing so, they do it in many variety ways. By as they are in many categories, we have digital service. We have digital service agents, where those agents of different companies, and also delivery services like those motor riders that can deliver such a product to the customer. It's also one of the internet workers.
Wow.
And you have also the e-lancers or the freelancers that will also, it's a kind of the type of the workers that
Any place you go in Kigali, you find different flyers, you find different banners. We are even using different business cards in our daily life. Does this mean that the design industry is growing? This is Living Kigali Show. I'm Kigali Segment. You are welcome. Today, we are meeting Adolphe Kalisa, one of the men behind these artworks. For coming me, Adolphe. So how do you work?
Yeah, so basically I get an offer through WhatsApp with the details of the work I have to do, and then I carry out the work. If there is printing required, I have to go to the printing houses, and after the final product is made, I receive a message through mobile money with the payment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you like sometimes introduce different kinds of designs to your customers, or do you always do what they want, or you suggest them even the new ones after they've given you their orders?
It's not they have a picture of what they need, but they need your assistance on new ideas of how it can be better.
Oh.
So those clients, I have to give them like ideas, how we can do it, and I send them. If they approve, we go ahead.
Nice work. Nice work.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you, Kalisa. This is great news. Did you know that with your laptop, a few online courses and a stable internet, you can be able to join the design industry, be your own boss, and become an entrepreneur as Adolf Kalisa did. My name is Cynthia, living in Kigali Show. I'm Kigali Segment. See you next time.
Now, over to you, Haguma. How does Spen operate, and why is it free? Where do you guys gain from it, from the whole transaction?
Yeah, absolutely. So Spen has been in Rwanda for 3 years. We started in June 2018, and we have been growing fast. We now have above between 300,000 and 400,000 users in Rwanda.
Wow.
Not sure I can say the exact number, but we are growing really well. And Spen as a philosophy, from the day we started, we decided to make free transactions our main competitive advantage. And that means we need to figure out other ways to make money or other ways to reduce our costs. So having decided that, we had free cost as a beginning, or as a philosophy, then we built the technology to implement that. So that means from launch, Spen was an app-based solution. So it wasn't USSD, it was app only. And we are only now going to actually launch USSD. And this has allowed us to keep the cost down, because an app, I can say, have a very small cost per transaction. And we emphasized on allowing people to send money to each other for free, and on building, on starting with the most affordable technology and expanding with our technology step by step.
Over to you, Dieudonné. I'd like to ask what the Rwanda ICT Chamber is doing to enhance more free e-commerce transactions, and of course, what other ways are you helping the free e-commerce transactions to even soar higher and make sure that they they set a very firm foundation?
Okay, thanks, Chris. Right now, we have some projects that are currently running. One of them is Ihuzo, where it's a project that help the e-commerces, not only the e-commerces, SMEs, the business, and the agents or the freelancers, where we help them get the MSCs, the business will be onboarded on the e-commerce platform with the help of the workers or the agents or freelancers. So with that, when the agents onboard a business on the e-commerce, automatically the e-commerce will be getting many businesses as possible that will be selling on their platform. In terms of, as I said, Rwanda ICT Chamber, it's a membership or a member-based organization.
Yes.
Spen also is among one of the partners. Yeah, it's a partner of that project, where we onboard them as a fintech company. And of course, it's as I said before, it's providing one of the free e-commerce transaction where the user will be paying with zero charges.
Now, as we still have a focus on Rwanda ICT Chamber, what would, in your perspective, what would you say are the untapped potential opportunities in the e-commerce platform?
The opportunities for the workers and or the agents in e-commerce, not only the e-commerce platforms, or also there are some other digital platform or some other digital marketplaces, where they can create the profiles for the businesses that can use to sell their products online, which also is also a search of an e-commerce platform.
Wow. To you, Norbert. How long will Spen keep being a free e-commerce platform? How long do we have before Spen
we'll
is
be
not
free
being paid?
forever. That I can tell you, we'll be free forever. As I said in the beginning, it is our philosophy. So Spen really is mobile money 2.0. So mobile money was really an upgrade on cash, but it came with some restrictions. And I think now the technology is catching up, where mobile money 2.0 is going to be more like cash. That means, of course, we make money, but the way we make money is not directly by taking a cut on the transaction between individuals. So I would say our philosophy will not change. It will always be free to send and free to receive amongst people. But maybe what will change in the future is that we'll start charging the businesses and the e-commerce platforms very, very small amount of money for them to accept Spen payment, which would still be much cheaper than what the competition is charging.
Amazing. Now, would you be of any help when it comes to the different opportunities that still lie in iWork, or would I say, these people who are working online? Are there any opportunities that maybe Dieudonné didn't speak of that you think he could bring to light?
Actually, the first thing I want to say, Chris, is that you are an iWorker. Are you aware of it?
Well, I am aware of it, and I definitely do all I can to support my fellows and make sure that we are linked with other iWorkers depending on the goal. But I didn't see myself as such. Now, when you spoke of it, is when I actually noticed.
So let me see why I say that.
Yeah.
I think when Dieudonné mentioned that iWorkers are people who are working on the internet or online, there's such a thing as a digital economy, which is the internet economy. And in Rwanda, it has really been booming, especially during this COVID very difficult times. And the people who work online or who provide the services, really the backbone of the internet economy or the digital economy, are people like agents, people like influencers, and that's why I put you in that category, people who make money online, people like delivery drivers for Vuba Vuba or Rush Food. But I want to take a little bit of time and talk about agent, because I think they are really the most important, because they help in cash in, cash out. But it doesn't mean the others are any less important. So the people who, for example, promote platforms online, the Miss Joanna, who will use the really the audience to make advertising for a certain product or another, which is bought online. People like Shadibu, who I think at one point attempted to do a food delivery company. We have many others who are doing cosmetic products and other things and selling them online. But agents are quite important because they really are the bridge between people having cash offline and then getting that money online. And once it's online, the money can circulate. So I think that the agents are the most visible kind of iWorkers. But it's a whole ecosystem that comprises of people who do different kind of jobs at the different areas of the digital economy. And on all sides, you can tell that this is a booming business, because on all sides, the amount of people who are doing it and the amount of money they are making is all increasing. Just to close, I think agents now are really making much more money than people realize. You went from agents making maybe 30, 50,000 a month a few years ago, and to now agents in Kigali who can make very comfortably 200 and 300,000 Rwandan francs.
Are you tired of that jam session?
Are you tired of that noise pollution? Well, this is Living in Kigali, and we're gonna show you the shortcut experience with living in Kigali. This is KG 68 Street, and we're going to Kigali Arena. We're gonna show you different types of this. So get safe, get comfortable, let's go. I told you, from Kimirongo to Kigali Arena. The first time we didn't know where we're going, but right now we're at Kigali Arena. We took a shortcut, KG17. Please keep time and let's be safe under this curfew period. This is Living in Kigali, the shortcut experience. Now, if I could get back to you, Dieudonné Dusabimana, from the ICT chamber. As we wrap up this conversation, what do you think eye workers, what advice would you leave for eye workers, and what hope would you leave for people who have their eyes on free e-commerce transactions?
The advice I'll give the eye workers or the agents is that there are many chances about that is coming nowadays. About the e-commerce, I would like to say, please let them join the e-commerce platform by being their agents, by being the agents of the e-commerce platform, by being the agents of some fintech companies, because there is a lot of work here, and some agents, they are making a lot of money out there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dieudonné. Now over to you, Norbert. Any closing remarks in regards to eye workers and free e-commerce transactions as we wrap up the conversation?
Well, two comments. The first one is I think I want to encourage everyone listening to your program to really try and understand these eye workers and reach out to ICT and try to join. There's so many opportunities. It's not just Spen. I think all the e-commerce platforms are working with the ICT chamber. So there's something for everyone. Whether you're into marketing or you want to do agency work or you want to do delivery, you're good at driving motor, you're good at talking to people, customer service. There's really an infinite amount of work that is available. Even for beginning programmers or developers. For example, for Spen, we offer programmers the opportunity to become what we call freelancers. That means sometimes you have a company, like let's say, Chris, you have your own company and you have a website and you want to add payment. And we have an API that you can use, to add spend payment on your website. So instead of us, using our own IT team, which may be busy or doing many things, what we do is that we have trained more than, I think, 30 programmers from Rwanda to be able to provide these services to anyone who wants them. And we pay them, or in some cases, the company will pay them.
Wow, incredible. I couldn't say I wanted this conversation to end, but we've got to wrap it up. Thank you so much, Dieudonné Dusabimana, and thank you so much, Norbert Baguma, for having this conversation with me.
Chris?
Thanks, Chris.
Have a good weekend.
Well, thank you so much, Norbert, and thank you, Dieudonné. For you, our viewers, you probably took something from this conversation. Now, next time, we'll be focusing on something different. Remember, the hashtag is Kigali format and hashtag living in Kigali. My name is Chris Vick, and I'm your host.